Well, howdy, boys and girls. I literally have 5 minutes, and I figured instead of standing around kicking rocks, I'll share with y'all. Question of the day: gear ratios, fellas. Gear ratios. Why do I like my 342s versus 410s? Why do I prefer 342s over 410s? Because 410s with an aisin transmission and is absolute beast. Yes, I just said that right. An absolute beast. An aisin with the 410 is absolute beast, but the fact that my trucks are all over the road, I mean, not all over the road as far as reckless driving, but all up on the highways and interstate, they're all turning, 60, 65 miles an hour. With the 410, you're screaming. An aisin. I love this truck. Everything's great about it. Well, no, that's a lie. I wish this thing was a regular pickup. But anyways, that's another story of its own. These 410s are phenomenal rear end gear ratio for local and should I say regional, at least when you're doing 50-50 city, and highway. But my guys do all interstate. So the fact that I need to keep my RPM, oh my goodness, this is a big topic. I don't know why I'm trying to cram it in 5 minutes here. The fact that I'm doing over the road all highway miles, I need to keep my RPM gauge somewhere between, well, not somewhere between, exactly 1550 to 1650 for my kind of hauling, for my average hauls. And my trucks and the way they're tuned, I have plenty of torque at 1550 to 1650, yet gas mileage to yield me a good fit. That's my best fit right there. That's what, not to yield, that's what yields me my best fit. So 1550 and 1650, that's what yields me my best fit. Now you're gonna say, how in the world are you happy with your 342s when you can't do that? Well, I'd rather be driving in 5th gear at 1600 than in 6th gear at 2200. Okay, I over exaggerated that one, but I think that truck at 62, now guys, don't bombard me, but it's been a while since I've driven this truck. This truck in 6th gear at 62 or 63, I'm running 1750. That's pretty bad. That's really bad. And so that's why I say I'd rather do 5th gear doing 1650 on an average day. I'm talking about 62, 63 mile cruise down the road, than this truck with I think it might even be 1800 at 62, 63. I should have double checked that before I go yapping. But fact of the matter is, burns up my fuel. These engines make so much torque that it's unnecessary to have them there. My next question: these trannies have a dual overdrive. So 5th and 6th is an overdrive gear. Best bang for your buck, guys, is your 4th gear. So that's why I like 4th gear. That's why I like staying on 4th gear. That's why I like my 342s over my 410s would be a proper statement. Now, the fact that I'm overdoing it with 410s and underdoing it with 342s, therefore, the 342s yield me a better fit. Now, the optimal fit for me would be 355 to 373s. That would be the perfect fit. And no, don't call me stupid or cussing me out. 410s are great rear ends, as I mentioned. Great local rear ends, I'd probably go 488s for locals, but not over the road, guys. The load that I guess at extreme levels that this truck hauls, I guess 410s is all right, but I still recommend 373s. I got 2 pickups at 373s: my Ford and my dually that dually that I bought off a guy for 14 grand. 2013 with issues, fixed her up. So far so good, man. Keep my fingers crossed the thing hit the road. Anywho's, so there you have it. 373s would be an absolute perfect fit for me, because at 64, 65, I'd be like 1650, right about there. For me to be 1650 on, oh shoot, man, it's dark out here. For me to be 1650 on this bad boy, I think I need to be doing 75. And those guys are like 72, 73. I think these trucks are a couple miles off one from another. But there you have it. For a guy like me that tows, that's why I absolutely do not want a 410. Just doesn't yield me what I need. And but yeah, 342s are nice. You know, 342s are nice when you get those open flat roads. And I know my guys haul tail. They don't got to lie to me. I asked them not to go over 70, but I know they do. You know, and the way my stinking truck's set up, my best thing when my load's aerodynamic and light, 71, 72. That's where it likes to be at. Therefore, my work trucks are about 69, 70, most optimal RPM. It's in 6th gear doing, you know, 1500 or 1550. But anyways, boys, to sum it up, if you're hauling your tail around, forget 410s. 342s are more than plenty. You're hauling anything under 10,000, guys, don't bombard me, okay? I know what I'm talking about. If you're hauling, now I'm talking about an aisin transmission. Now keep in mind those 68 RFEs have a different gear ratios as well. Specifically aisins, they're geared really low, first, second, and third on these things. That your 342s are not that bad at all. So yeah, as I was saying, you hauling your tail, you got a Cummins and aisin, and you hauling your tail, forget it. 342s is your number. Now, I was a little, you know, upset with the Ram not giving us options. Now that I realize the general public, an average Joe, that's all he needs. 342s is such powerhouse under the hood. Guys, this thing's humming along at 15, 1600 down the road. Like, give me some more, you know. For a guy that tows a little over 10 grand, you know, 373s or 355s, but would be optimal. Well, I got off track there. A guy that tows over 10 grand, you know, 373s is where you'd want to be at. To use a rear single rear wheel axle truck to its full potential and capabilities and safety in mind, 373 is your number. You know, you could get away with 355s. This is for Ram if you're listening, man. I'd appreciate you guys very much if you'd at least offer 355s, man. I know it's not a big issue, not a big deal, but for us it is, especially with dual or two overdrive gears. So there you have it, guys. I am gonna start tampering with re-gearing my truck, see how far that gets me and where it gets me. I know it's a spendy little task to do because gears and pinions are spendy, but I'll see how far I get. I'm gonna re-gear my truck to 373s, and I just don't know why I won't like it. I just want to see the process, what, where, when, how quick I could turn around and flip one truck at a time, meaning re-gear them one at a time and get to 373s, man. I gotta have them 373s. I'd love to have 373s and go from there. Because that dually is the 373 with the Cummins and, you know, my own, or not my own, but whatever, the delete and whatnot. Not delete, tune. With the tune on it. It, you know, pulls good, and I couldn't be happier at 373s. So, average Joe, 342s, you should be good. Between that, you know, the 50-50 guy, the guy that hauls his butt around half the time like myself and pulls a trailer half the time like myself, you know, he'd probably want to be at 355s. And my boys that are working their trucks every single day, 373s. Anyone that's over the road, 373 dually or not. You know, and then the guys that are really doing heavy haul, 410s. But, you know, you run out of gear real quick, you know. I think at 65 or 66, this thing's already wrapping out 2,000 RPM. I mean, you got to really, you guys don't, some of you guys don't realize what a rear end, how it adds up to a transmission. Like, you look into it, you'll realize it's just like a swinging arm that covers a certain territory, and one transmission is going to react quite a bit different and reach different speeds at 2,000, for example, compared to others, because gear ratios. No, not only that, just Well, it is the gear ratios, but it's that 0.72 or what was it, 6.3, and it's just ridiculous. But anyways, I'm done sharing my opinions, experience, and I'm done telling you guys what to do. But you know what I'm saying. 373 is the number for your workhorses, for your boys that like to work the trucks, and for us fellas running our empty trucks, 342 is more than plenty. This question always comes up, and people are always worried about them. So you got nothing to worry about, guys. You should be perfectly fine. Anyways, I hope it didn't bore you guys all to death. As always, have a mighty fine day.